Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars. This team is 3-1. The Jacksonville Jaguars are 3-1. Now, I just saw something on like Twitter, something on social media. It was like Sleeper, one of those fantasy apps, and they were doing like BTJ stats, Travis Hunter stats, Brenton Strange stats, and the joke was like, here's these crazy bad statistics through the first month of the NFL season. We live in such a fantasy gambling sports era right now that no Jaguar fan, I guarantee you on planet Earth, is upset at this 3-1 start. This is the 4th ranked defense at the current time of this recording. They are the 3rd best rushing offense. They are the 4th best rushing defense. They are 1st in takeaways. This Jaguars defense is currently averaging 3.3 takeaways per game. They have had 13 turnovers in the first month of the season. This looks better than, what is it, Jacksonville from a few years ago, or 10, I don't know, I'm not good at math, 7, 8 years ago, whatever. The point is neither here nor there. The 13 takeaways by this Jaguars defense, it's the most through 4 games since at least 2000, and you're looking like Devin Lloyd looks like Defensive Player of the Year. This team is just... This defense is so legit, and I have full faith and confidence in Liam Cohn to get this offense back on track. And I feel like that's back on track isn't even really kind of what I mean to say, because they're still the 16th ranked offense in the National Football League. You know, we mentioned they're 3rd in rushing, which is a total game changer. The Bigsby trade really shocked me a couple of weeks ago, and we haven't talked Jaguars since then. I made so many videos on Bashal Tutin in this past offseason because I think he's just a diamond in the rough, and you're seeing it in the first month of the season. But folks, before we get any further into today's video, hit that like button, hit that sub button for me. It goes a very long way. We try and talk as much Jaguars as possible on this channel, and yeah, if we try to get 100 likes on this video, it would go a very long way. So here's the thing. On the road, San Francisco, Brock Purdy, the Jaguars come away 26-21. It really even should have been 29-21. Shouldn't have even gotten as close as it did. A rare Cam Little missed field goal. It was very windy, though. Jacksonville had 12 penalties. There's still some stuff to clean up offensively, and that's kind of what I was getting at in the beginning of this video is, you know, you look at this football game, if you're just like box score watching, you know, BTJ, only 5 catches, only 49 yards. Travis Hunter, only 3 catches for only 42 yards. And it gets people upset because of fantasy football and gambling and sports. And here's what I care about. The Jaguars are averaging 5 yards per carry this season, which is 6th in the National Football League. They averaged 4.2 yards per carry last season, which was 17th. Now, I'm a Packers fan, but I live in Tampa, or in the Tampa area, and I've lived here for a couple of years now, and you know, Liam Cohn, obviously last year the offensive coordinator for Tampa, I really like Liam Cohn, and you knew he was going to fix this. Fix isn't the word I'm looking for either, but you knew he was going to get this Jaguars rushing attack to at least top 10 in the National Football League. You know, Tampa was like the worst rushing team in football for many consecutive years. Liam Cohn comes in town, and they're a top 5 rushing unit. ETN, he looks fully healthy. He's got the burst. He had a phenomenal football game, including a 48-yard run. And this is the big difference maker, in my opinion. Now, Trevor Lawrence right now, he's coming off a football game, 21-31, 174 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. But people take a look at deep advanced analytics, because technically Trevor Lawrence is on pace for like career worsts in a couple of categories. 58.3 completion percent, 5.9 yards per attempt, 75.9 passer rating, interception rate at 2.8%. But here's the thing, the Jaguars defense, they're turning the ball over so much that Trevor Lawrence and this Jags offense, they don't need to do anything crazy. Now, obviously, that's going to change as we progress through the season. I'm still kind of surprised they lost to Cincinnati in week 2. Otherwise, Jacksonville would be literally perfect at 4-0. We're going to learn a lot more about this offense, in my opinion, in 1 week from now against Kansas City. And I think that's either Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football. Very excited for that matchup, because people are really sleeping on this Jags team. But Lawrence hasn't had to do anything too crazy. Jacksonville has trailed on only 2.8% of his pass attempts this season. His career, 62%. So it's like around 3 Career-wise, it's 62. Last season, that statistic was 65%. So the defense is putting this team in great position. Now, here's one thing I've also noticed in the NFL media world. People are like making fun of Trevor Lawrence's statistics, even though he has a clean pocket. And that's so like redundant to me because for the second week in 4 games this season, the Jacksonville Jaguars offensive line has not given up a sack to Trevor Lawrence. So I'm talking about Sunday, yesterday afternoon on the road. I know Nick Bosa is obviously injured. He's done for the season. But San Francisco still is a good D, and they didn't get to Trevor Lawrence one time. Not one single time did they hit Trevor Lawrence. So to me, you've got a really solid offensive line. You've got a really good run room. Those obviously kind of go hand in hand. We're 1 month into the season. It's kind of like an extended preseason, as crazy as that sounds. The NFL season's a marathon, not a sprint. And I just know Liam Cohen in this passing attack is going to pick it up eventually. I know they're going to get back up to speed. And when that happens, whether it's next week at home, Monday night against Kansas City, whether it's the week after that against Seattle, or the week after that against Los Angeles Rams, that's a gauntlet of a 3-game stretch. You have 3 literal, legitimate Super Bowl or at least championship contenders in Kansas City, Seattle, and the Los Angeles Rams. So we're going to learn a lot more about this Jacksonville team. But the way this defense has been playing, they're going to keep Jacksonville in, the mix of a football game. At least it seems this whole year. That's how good they are. And it's really obviously been propelled by Devin Lloyd, who he's had one heck of an NFL career, man. He's getting better as every year progresses. He had 2 interceptions, 8 total tackles yesterday against Brock Purdy and that San Francisco 49ers offense. You also have to give credit to the special teams. They had 2 really big returns, one by Tootin, and then obviously the punt return from Parker Washington that really, helped give Jacksonville this win. A sign of a good coach team, a sign of a good team in general, is a good special teams. And that's exactly what we're seeing with Jacksonville, and that's what we saw yesterday against San Francisco. So I know the jury may still be out there for some people, and I get it. We're only a month into the season, and a lot can happen. They've got a difficult stretch here in the next 4 games or so. But hey, the Jacksonville Jaguars are 3-1. I don't think too many people around the league predicted that, other than some Jags fans who are keeping in tune with the offseason. And it's a really good position to be in. So anyways, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, hit that like button, hit that sub button. Let me know any comments you have with the Jaguars down below. Give me a player of the game or something like that from yesterday against San Fran. But that's it for me. Peace.